Hello there, how's it going? Long time no visual communication. And I'm sorry about the lighting here, but you know, I'm usually facing I'm usually facing this way, so the light's facing that way, and I couldn't be fucked doing that, so I'm doing this. I did stand up for the first time, and it was a ton of fun. It went really well, and I enjoyed every single second of it. I didn't win, but like the guy that did win deserved it. He was really good, and he's been doing it for a while. And he's a young kid, and he goes to all the open mic nights around Newcastle. He was really good, and he deserved it. So I don't really feel bad about not winning. I can't actually show you any of it though, because they wouldn't let us. Like, Holly recorded it, and you know that recording exists, but they won't let us just like upload it and make it public. But I'm gonna be a rebel, and I'm gonna show you this. Thank you. Hilarious. I really want to like do it for realties. Like, it was so much fun. You have no idea. If you've never done stand-up before, you have no idea about how much fun it really is. And all the other comedians were so supportive of each other. Like, we went out, did our thing, came backstage, and everyone was like, oh, that was good, it's good, and clapped, and like handshakes, and like, well done. It was so good. And everyone was really friendly and laughing, obviously, like the comedians. So right now, living on the mid-north coast, there aren't any open mic nights for comedians. Anyway, there's plenty of open mic nights for like bands and singing people, but no comedians, and that fucking sucks. So I'm looking at getting something started in the area, because I know I've only done it once, and you know, I'm probably gonna bomb every time from now on, but I might not bomb. I might do really well and have a career. I don't know. And I won't know unless I can do open mic nights. Right now, the closest thing is Newcastle. And there are a few places in Newcastle you can do open mic nights a couple times a week. But that's like an hour and a half away. A 3-hour round trip once a week or twice a week. And it's not like it's, you know, in the early morning, it's nighttime. It just doesn't... It sounds difficult at the moment with a kid and everything. But we'll see if I can get something started here, and hopefully that all works out and I get to do it on a weekly basis. And if so, I'll actually be able to upload those ones, because they aren't part of a competition. I don't know if I'll do Raw again next year. I'd like to, but yeah, we'll just have to see how I go the rest of the year. I need to practice. Yeah, it went well the first time, but I can't do the same jokes. You know what I mean? And I have to work on them. I have to get them to a point where the judges go, oh, yes, it was good before, but this is a lot better, you know? As for the experience itself, it was pretty great. I showed up. It's supposed to show up an hour early. So I got there at 7 for an 8 start, and all the comedians were out the front waiting for the doors to open, and there were 3 other guys that this was their first time doing stand-up, so it made me feel pretty good. But that's 4 people out of 15, so 11 other people had done stand-up before regularly. But I still felt pretty good that there was other guys that were doing it for the first time. And we went in, and we went to the green room, and we hung out there, and they had a TV for us so we could see each set. The sound was shit though, so we couldn't really hear what anyone was saying. We could hear the laughs, but we couldn't really hear the jokes. Luckily there was a TV just outside the door where we actually could hear the jokes. I was 6th to go on, so or 7th if you count the MC that they had. Our MC was Cameron Duggan. He entered in 2013. He didn't win, but he made it to the finals. It was a little awkward at first, because he's out there. He's the professional. and he's up there telling his jokes, and a woman walks in, and she just yells something out, and he's like, why are you yelling out? You haven't even sat down, sort of thing. And she kept just yelling shit out to him. This was before we could hear what was going on, so I have no idea what the actual words were that they were saying to each other. But she was yelling out, and he was talking to her, and she said something, and the whole audience laughed at whatever she said, and it was bigger than any laugh that he had gotten so far. And all of us backstage were like, shit's gonna go down. We felt like the audience was gonna be like against us from that moment, like it was gonna be awkward for everyone. It didn't end up being, but it was just this weird sort of thing where it's like, oh, this isn't gonna go well. But it did go well for most of us. So that happened, and then there was the 5 people before me, and they all did really well from what I could tell from the laughter, not so much the jokes that I couldn't hear. And once the guy that was before me went on, I had to sort of go out and just wait backstage so that I was ready to run on when he was finished. Oh, they took us out onto the stage before the whole show started, just so that we got like a feel of it, and we could like play with the microphone in case we didn't know how microphones and microphone stands worked. And we had a flashing light down below that would flash at 4 minutes. We were supposed to do 5-minute sets, and at 4 minutes 30 the light started flashing so that you would know to wrap it up, and then the light would just stay on at 5 minutes, and so you had to fucking get off. If you went way over, then they would just start playing you off with some music. And then if that didn't get you away from the stage, they dimmed the lights. The last guy at the end of the show had it happen to him. He just kept going on and on. They start playing the music. He kept going through the music. They faded the lights, and he kept going. It was fucking hilarious. Like, if it was going to happen to anyone, it's cool that it happened to the last guy. Like, it was a really good way to end the show on a high note. It was great. But anyway, back to the thing. Yeah, I'm waiting to go on, and Cameron, the MC's backstage, and the guy before me finishes his set. Cameron announces me, and then I run on stage, and I mean, I was really nervous. I was really nervous going out. Honestly, it's a blur. Like, from that point on, I mean, I was doing written material that I had written down, and I had practiced, so, you know, I know what I said when I was out there, but the actual time and, like, how big of a laugh, it's a good thing it's recorded, because, like, I know now, like, where the laughs were, but it was such, like, it's such a blur that, like, I wouldn't be able to remember off the top of my head, like, what people laughed at and what they were just kind of like, at. But I had 3 jokes that were mostly stories, and the first one did okay. I was really nervous, and I got a bit of a chuckle, like just like a on like just like, well, not the punchline, but just one of the bits leading up to the punchline. I got like I was like, okay, like I'm getting somewhere. Like they're open to laughter. They haven't got to that point yet. And the second joke did really well. There was a reference to alien chest bursters that didn't get a laugh that I really like, but no one laughed at it, so whatever. They liked the rest of the joke, so that's okay. And then the final joke got a lot more laughs than I thought it would. Like, I was hoping that just the punchline would get a laugh, but even the lead up to the punchline got laughs, so that was good. And the whole time I wasn't looking at the light. I couldn't really see anyone, which was probably a good thing. I could see, like, the outlines of people, but the lights were so bright that like, that's all I could see. I could just see, like, outlines of people. I couldn't see their faces or anything, which actually made it, like, really comfortable for me to, like, look up and pretend I'm looking at people even though I wasn't. But yeah, the whole time I'd forgotten that I was supposed to look at the countdown light, and I just at the end I looked down and it was on. So I don't know if I like just made it or if I'd gone over a decent amount. I didn't get played off, so I couldn't have gone over too much, but I feel like I definitely went over a little bit, which is fine. First time, nerves, all that stuff. I'm gonna let it slide. I said thank you guys or something like that, and put the mic away and ran off stage. And it was just the best feeling. I got backstage and people said like good work, like that was good, and yeah, it was so much fun and people seemed to like it, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted to do it for the experience. If I was to win or get runner up, that would have been fine. I would have been very happy with that, but I honestly wasn't there for that. I just wanted to try stand up for the first time. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I finally got to do it, and it was everything I wanted it to be. If you've ever wanted to try stand up and you are in a place where you can like write some jokes and go, because I have nothing bad to say about it. That being said, there were other guys that did this for the first time and didn't go as well for them as it went for me. That's not me saying that I'm better than them or anything, like, because I'm probably not. But they just didn't do as well because, they had forgotten jokes or they hadn't prepared enough or, whatever it was. Things happen you've got 5 minutes and anything can happen in that 5 minutes. It's live. It's a live thing with a live audience. And anything can happen. And you're going to have good sets and you're probably going to have bad sets, and the order that you have those in is going to vary. Like, yeah, I did pretty well this time, but next time I may just forget everything and fall on my fucking face. It's the luck of the draw. But I definitely picked a winner this time. Thank fuck. So there you go. There's my stand-up experience. Here's another piece of footage from my set. Hilarious. And there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Have you done stand-up before? Let me know in the comments. Or if you're gonna do stand-up, let me know in the comments. And then come back after you've done it and let me know how it went. I'll see you in another 2 months. Who knows?